I'm visiting a truly incredible golfing destination. Famous for its frenetic, some say crazy pace of life. And its interesting food. And with some of the world's most picturesque and challenging golf courses, welcome to Japan.
Japan is a land of contrasts where temples and ancient traditions meet bullet trains and futuristic architecture. Beautiful mountainous countryside surrounds some of the world's most vibrant and energetic cities. Despite a reputation as the most expensive country in the world, Japan of the 21st century will surely confound those with a preconceived idea of what it's all about. Japan has over 2,500 golf courses, second only to America. Many are within striking distance of the capital, Tokyo. Others are more difficult to find. Until recently, visitors to Japan have been put off experiencing these splendid courses by sky-high green fees and strict membership rules. But times, they are a-changing. I'm staying in Japan's capital, Tokyo, but the first club I'm visiting, Ishioka, is about 2 hours drive north. It used to be almost impossible for a traveller to find their way around, as all the road signs are in Japanese. But since the advent of satellite navigation systems, you can just dial in your destination and follow the arrows.
There was a phenomenon everywhere in Japan in the late 80s, which is now known as the bubble. Companies that owned golf clubs borrowed huge amounts of money on the basis of vastly inflated land prices. They spent the money on opulent facilities at the clubs. But when the land prices collapsed, the bubble burst. The companies couldn't repay the money and many went bankrupt.
The legacy of this is that there are some amazing and now very affordable courses here. Ishioka, for example, was designed in 1994 by Jack Nicklaus. Cut out of the Kagama forest, it's relatively flat, but Jack added quite a challenge by placing some heavy rough in key areas around the course. The course plays 7,071 yards off the back tees. The fairways are tight, and apart from the trees and the rough, there's a lot of water and some vast bunkers. A case in point is the par 3/8. 225 yards off the back tee, it has a bunker which runs up the entire length of the hole. Another is the par 5 16th, with a lake down the right and a creek which forces you to lay up before your third shot over it and onto a small raised green. This course isn't easy.
I'm here with Robin Ord-Smith, a diplomat at the British Embassy, a keen golfer with lots of experience of playing Japanese courses. We have our caddy, or caddy-san as they're known here. I'm told this is standard procedure on many Japanese courses. Robin, is there much difference between playing golf in Japan and elsewhere in the world?
Where do you want me to start? It is traditional here in Japan to play 9 holes, then stop for lunch. Irrespective of what time it is, if you have an early tee-off time, you could be stopping for lunch at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. What do you want from here in?
9?
It's on Cuban.
Has there been much of a change in the way Japanese golf is operating since the bubble?
I think a lot's changed. There's certainly a lot of courses that have gone bankrupt and been bought up by, for example, American companies. You no longer need to be a member to play on courses. It's also much cheaper than it was.
What about all that money being spent on golf and golf clubs? I mean, the level of service seems incredible.
It starts right at the time you arrive at the golf club. There's somebody there to open the car door for you. They take your clubs out.
No, 5 wudo? Wudo. Wudo?
They arrange for the clubs to be put on the trolley, and it goes all the way through the day. And at the end of the round, they will clean your golf clubs for you. And if you want, they'll send them home for you. The courses here are amazing, and it's just a tremendous experience.
Right. OK. Looks like a sandwich. Yeah, yeah.
Sando wo dashite kudasai.
What do you call it?
Sando.
Sando?
Yeah.
What are the other clubs called? The other name?
Yeah, pitching wedge is pitching.
Pitching.
And driver is driver.
Driver.
Driver, yeah.
Pitching.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Shot. Oh, nice putto.
What do they say?
It is, yeah.
Nice putto.
Nice putto.
What else do they say?
Nice touchy is a good one.
Nice touchy. So how long does it take to play around it?
You better block the whole day. It's going to take you 2 hours to drive there in general. It will then take you 3 hours to play 9 holes, an hour break for lunch, then 3 hours in the afternoon. Then, of course, there's the bath afterwards, generally a couple of beers. Drive back and you're home just in time to put the kids to bed.
There's not much time to do much else.
Unfortunately not.
So when I eventually got back from my round, I found nighttime Tokyo waiting to engulf me.
I'm in the Shibuya district of Tokyo, just one of many parts of this vast and congested city that seem to get even busier at night.
Tokyo has a population of more than 12 million people, and most of them really do seem to come out at night. The shops here range from small stalls
Want to buy a watch?
to vast department stores where there's nothing you can't buy, and the restaurants cater for every taste. As long as you like fresh raw fish, you can't go far wrong.
I'm on my way out of Tokyo to visit a couple of golf courses 2 hours south of here. Tokyo can be a confusing place for the foreign visitor. Check out that metro sign.
Although the public transport systems are fantastic, especially the trains, traditionally all the signs are in Japanese script, and not many people speak English. Recently though, since the Soccer World Cup was held here in 2002, things have become slightly easier, with some signs in English as well. I've travelled south, here to the coast and Kawana, which has been an exclusive hideaway for the rich and famous for over 70 years. Even Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio stayed here on their honeymoon in 1954.
The resort was built in the 1920s by Japanese Baron Okra to resemble an English country estate. There are 2 golf courses, the Oshima, which is one of Japan's oldest, and the Fuji, which has been consistently ranked in the world's top 100.
I'm playing the Fuji Course today, which is set on its own peninsula. It's a 6,192-yard par 72, with most of the holes offering spectacular vistas across the Pacific. This is truly one of the most beautiful courses I've ever seen.
My playing partner today is Mr. Fuku, or Fuku-san, who doesn't speak much English, but hey, we're on a golf course and the language of golf is universal. Our caddy is Tatsu, who introduces herself to me as 2 Shots Tatsu, so hopefully that's a good omen for today's round.
Like many Japanese clubs, Kawana used to be private and very expensive. But since the bubble burst, the club's been sold and is now open to anyone as long as you're staying in the hotel. An overnight with a meal and a round of golf will cost around $500. The whole place has an air of a long-forgotten gentleman's club, and this course is a lost treasure just waiting to be discovered. The signature hole here is the spectacular par 5 15th, running along the edge of the cliffs with Sagami Bay to the left. A drive to the right will be gathered by the 3 bunkers, so take a deep breath and go for the middle. Fukusan played a draw down the left, but was lucky and it stayed in. I played a much safer shot to the right and sacrificed a bit of distance, but it is a par 5, so that wasn't really a problem.
The level of service on Japanese golf courses is incredible. Look at 2 Shots cart here. There's ice water in the back. There's something to clean your clubs with, umbrellas, towels in your chosen colour, and even a first aid kit.
shot.
Good shot.
Both second shots were safe enough, although mine was slightly to the right, leaving us with pitching wedges to hit the green in regulation.
Good shot.
Nice on.
Ooh. Okay.
This course has been rated in the top 100 in the world, so birdie putts here feel like a real victory.
Nice shot. Nice in.
Good. Parking. Well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Well done. Fantastic.
Back in Tokyo, and it's the big match. The national sport here is baseball, and it's here at the Tokyo Dome, home of the Giants, that you can really get the feel of how modern Japan is westernizing. Although traditions are still important, it's a trend that shows no sign of slowing down. Across town at another baseball stadium, home of the Yakult Swallows, when there's not a game on, they use it for this.
I thought I'd come here and get a bit of practice with my driver, or as they say in Japan, my driver.
Japanese golfers who can't afford or haven't got the time to play come to places like this multi-storey driving range, which they call uchi panashi, or continuous hitting. I can see why.
It's hard work. I'm pooped.
Back on the train again, and I'm off to play a course in the Hakone National Park near Mount Fuji.
I see what they mean about technology on Japanese golf courses. Thanks.
Gotemba Golf Club was designed by Shiro Akaboshi, one of Japan's most famous course designers. It clings to the side of a mountain and has some breathtaking views across Mount Fuji and right down to the Pacific. Some of the walkways are so steep they have escalators to get onto the next tee, as long as you remember to switch them on. My playing partner today is Bennett Galloway, the professional here and a Canadian national who's lived in Japan for 10 years.
Ian, you're going to cry like a baby by the time this course is through with you.
This looks an incredible view for a first hole.
The first here at Gotemba is one of the most dramatic holes I've ever seen. It's a 462-yard par 5, dropping steeply downhill with out of bounds on the left, which is unfortunate because the fairway slopes steeply from right to left.
So I've got to stick to the right.
Please. Ooh, that'll play. Good one.
That's safe, isn't it?
Yeah, you worked that natural fade quite nicely.
Are there many mountain courses in Japan?
Not a lot, but the ones that there are in really good shape. Well, like the majority of courses in Japan. For the most part, you know, for the dollar, you get some pretty incredible golf experiences.
Nice shuttle, as they say over here.
I'll take it. That's where I'll be all day, hopefully.
My fade stood me in good stead off the tee, landing on the right side of the fairway and rolling back into the middle. Bennett drew his from right to left and 30 yards further on.
Well, it's a real thinking man's course. A lot of our members bring their younger proteges out here to sort of test their mettle, see what they're made of, if they got what it takes to take over the company.
Right.
During the course of the day, Ian, you're going to get every shot imaginable. Uphill, downhill, blind, you name it. You know, the flattest part of the course you've already seen this morning.
Right.
That'll be the parking lot and the restaurant. Everything else has got, you got your work cut out for you, but you can go for the green if you want, but the safe shot's about 140 from here.
To that next tree.
Yeah, but life's too short to play safe. Go for it. Good hit. Wow.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, you're down here.
Mr. Cross, unbelievable.
It must be the mountain air. I hit my second really well, leaving a relatively easy chip on. Although Bennett could have reached in two, because the approach is so tight, he decided to lay out.
Oh,
Oh, that was nice.
it's just on the edge. Good shot.
Thank you.
Two good chips and we were both putting for birdies.
So how did you end up in Japan?
Well, I came over originally in 1991 as a snowboard instructor on an exchange from Whistler Mountain, believe it or not.
And you just decided to stay?
Yep, I've been here ever since. Oh, gave it a chance. Get in the hole. Or you can take that.
Thanks.
I'll give that to you. Let's see if I can put it in. Oh!
It's a gimme.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'll take it.
With its massive changes in elevation and tight fairways surrounded by mature trees, this beautiful mountain course will test every part of your game, with holes like the par 3 third, which is played over a 100-foot deep ravine. Make sure you're stocked up with plenty of balls before you start.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, they're some of the best golf courses in the world, really, and beautifully tended, aren't they?
Yeah, most of them are designed by famous, world-class designers. The upkeep is incredible. It's impeccable. It's beautiful. And for the dollar, the value, you're getting incredible world-class golf at quite reasonable prices.
And no one knows about it.
No, let's not tell them.
For the last part of my trip, I'm flying even further south to the island of Kyushu. It's the third largest and southernmost of Japan's 4 major islands. Being the second target for an atomic bomb is what has placed the busy and colourful city of Nagasaki into the history books. Whilst in the city, a visit to the Peace Museum here is a must. On the 9th of August 1945, an American Air Force bomber unloaded a 4.5-ton bomb. It exploded 500 metres above a northern suburb of the city. In an instant, the temperature below was 1,000 degrees centigrade hotter than the surface of the sun. 75,000 people died in the blink of an eye, with 75,000 more injured. Somehow, this place gives the world around you a whole new perspective. Next, I travelled across Kyushu to the east coast.
Well, I'm here just outside the city of Miyazaki in the southern island of Kyushu. A typhoon came through this place last night, and for a while I didn't think I was going to make it, but I'm here. This is the Phoenix Country Club, part of the Phoenix Sagaya Resort. There's 99 holes of golf here, including a 27-hole championship course, rated among the top 100 in the world. And besides golf, there's a lot else to do as well. There's this, the world's largest indoor water park with its own beach, surf, and retractable roof. Surf's up.
There's also the Sheraton Phoenix Resort Hotel, which is a great place to base yourself whilst you play all 99 of those golf holes. As well as the Tom Watson course, there are 3 9-hole courses here. The Sumiyoshi and either the Takachiho or Nichinan make up the 18 holes of the championship course. The unique feature of these courses are the low pine trees through which the courses are cut.
Okay, this is first hole, Sumiyoshi.
Right.
Best positions are just left hand side of bunker.
Okay. Korki Shirumi has recently returned here as head pro from Gleneagles, where he was the first Japanese player to qualify as a PGA teaching pro.
What's the main difference, do you think, between golf in Japan and elsewhere in the world?
Most of the cases, the Japanese golfer, are too serious. Sometimes they forgot the fun.
So they take their golf very seriously?
Too serious.
Too serious?
Too serious. Yeah. Club membership system is a little bit different. Ours started for making money. The kind of if member fee is going to be increased, they can sell to anybody else, so they can make a profit. It's like a stock exchange, they feel.
The price of these memberships during the bubble was astronomical, with some clubs charging $2 million. In the late 80s, it was calculated that the combined value of these memberships represented roughly 10% of the gross national product of Japan.
Oh, just shaved that beautiful tree.
Yeah. Well, it's a good strike, though.
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely on the green.
But it's a little bit light.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
That's how you play the hole, right?
Yeah, but it's just a little bit light. A bit chicken.
You aren't unhappy with that shot?
My target is more a little bit closer to the flag.
The tricky thing about playing these courses is that being right next to the sea, the wind is usually blowing, but you can't feel it down here in the trees. Once your ball goes above the treetops, however, it's very difficult to control distance or direction. A good example of this is the par 3 second hole on the Sumiyoshi course, on which, with the water and tree in the centre, you have to play a lofted shot and hope the wind doesn't get hold of it.
Well, I'm not in the water.
Not in the water. Yeah.
I've noticed the caddies on the course.
Okay.
Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, in Japan, a caddy is always for the female. Yeah, always ladies caddy.
Why is that?
Because ladies are more polite and gentle. Everybody believes that.
And why are the caddies are more middle-aged women? And why is that? Is that
because, of course, we are running for 35 years.
so they're that age because they've been here for 35 years?
Yeah, exactly.
And they've stayed in the job?
Yeah, I know there's one of caddy here about for the 65, that she was 30.
Right, when she
But
started.
yeah, 30. But it's now 65.
So what about the newer courses then?
As new courses sometimes employ only 20s.
So you're saying the new golf courses in Japan only employ 20-year-old women
But
caddies?
not all of them, but some golf courses, yes, since they employ in the interviews are so young, like for 19, 20, 21 years old, the caddies are there a lot.
So how do you think that would play in Europe? Japanese golf courses can be expensive, and the golfing rituals here mean that it can take you longer than normal to play 18 holes. But the quality of services and courses here is extraordinary. This is virgin territory for the travelling golfer. Without doubt, Japan has some of the most beautiful golf courses in the world. Good shot, though. See you next time.